What's up, everybody? We got a big dump today in the market, but that's okay. We're gonna check it out and we're gonna see what's going on. I mean, it's pretty bad. We got 3, 4, 5, 14. Roughly about 4 to 5% down today. So let's take a look here and see what is going on. Why are we crashing here? Well, to me, it looks like we're still in the C wave. Remember, we got this impulse, we got this three-wave pullback, right? So now we're finished, potentially, right? We're finished here, and then we shot up for a big wave one. There's your one, and then we have three down, three up, and now we're coming down for, it looks like five to me. One, two. I don't know if five is finished. Three, four, maybe five comes down here. We'll see. But basically, we're looking at this as an ABC. We want to start leveling off here. Somewhere around, well, let's pull the fib here. We're going to take this to here, and then we're going to go up. I mean, we're not even at the 1-to-1 yet. So we're still really shallow for the degree of this wave. Can't say the same for the other coins in the market because they're a lot worse. But yeah, looking at 291. So if we can get down to 291, then I'd like to see us hold in here, right? So we don't want to go down here because then it would look like a 1-2. But it still doesn't look like a 1-2 because this is 3. So it's if we do get down here, then we definitely need to hold that, right? So, but I think 291, 290 around there, we should start to level off and start heading back into some retracement levels, at least back up into here. And we'll see from there, do we get rejected then, or do we flag out and then start to break out? So that's kind of what I'm looking for. A, B, C, level off, retrace. Do we get rejected up or down? Pretty simple. The small time frames, I mean, this is the small time frame, but I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we get one more for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it looks pretty good. Maybe we play around here. Again, exactly what I just said yesterday and the day before. Saturdays and Sundays, especially Sundays. I mean, if we get a big bloody day today, maybe not so bloody tomorrow. But it's always the weekends that it just gets. Basically, if you're in if you get in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or if you get in, let's say Tuesday, Wednesday, you ride it up in a trade Wednesday, Thursday, probably get out Friday and just let it sit for Saturday and Sunday, and then try to get back in the next following week. I mean, if you're a day trader, right? If you're a swing trader, it's not too big of a deal. Theta. Yeah, so this is exactly what we were thinking, literally, which is what? If this is a diag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what did we say? We want to come down A, B, and we want to come down for C, and that's exactly what we see. So somewhere down here at the bottom, and then start rounding back up. So yeah, right down here is kind of what I'm thinking. Problem is for other coins like Matic, I mean, they're already way down here. So they look like they're going to break the low. And if they do break the low, then, it's basically you're starting to trend to the downside. I mean, this doesn't, it was looking pretty good, but it needs a lot of work now, right? So if we can hold this low, and start to build a base, like I was talking about yesterday, then that's great. But it's got to prove that to me. Otherwise, my belief is that it's going to break the low. So we need to hold the low. So we'll see if we could do that. Because then you're going to look like, okay, well, then you have 3 down, 3 up, and then 3 back down. But this itself could be a C wave A, B, C. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get 5. And then that's where we really need to hold if we do break the low. So Monero's still looking good though. Monero's not even phased by what's going on in the rest of the market. It's still hanging out right at the top, right there, very bullishly. I've been talking about Monero, well, maybe not that far back, maybe around here, saying how excited I am because it looks so great. And sure enough, it hasn't done anything spectacular, but it also hasn't dumped drastically like the rest of the market. It's remained in a bullish posture, right? So that's what I like to see. But it is a little bit bearish right now. You could start to see here we got some shoulders and shoulders, and we're cupping down, cupping down, cupping down, cupping down, as opposed to cupping up, right? So, probably look at that as a B wave or some type of correction. So boom, 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 get down here and then go up potentially. So I'd like us to hold that low though. If we can hold that low and it could be some kind of like running flat, that would be great. We'll see. I don't like Litecoin at the moment. Um, let's see here. I like it on this time frame. This is still good. 3 down. You could say 3 up and then 3 down, or you could say 3 up and 3 down. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the fourth, and now we're going to come up and get 5. Or this is 3 down, this is 3 up, and now we're getting 3 or 5 down, right? And then basically what we have is 3 down, 3 up, and then 1, 2, 3 down. So it becomes bigger, more complex. And I think that's a good idea because of how big it is matches how big this is. So this coming back down, breaking the low, makes sense for why that is there. So yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or A, B, C, and then go. So which one's it going to be? We'll see. It could be either. The bearish idea as well is that this is A, B, and then we come way down here for a C. Everyone thinks we're going up in February, but then we come down, right? Because I just don't like how everyone expects something. It never happens that way. It has to be when people don't expect it, right? So if everyone's expecting it, it might not happen. So don't expect it. So let's move on. Link. I don't like Link either at the moment. I was really liking it, Impulse. You get a 3-way pullback and then let's go. But it didn't play out like that. So but that's okay because when you have a rise and a pullback, that first pump off that pullback could always be a B wave. Always, right? So you have 3, 3, and then let's get 3 down. So impulse, 3, 3, 3. There's your 3-wave pullback. Build a little bit of a base, continue higher. That's kind of what I'm thinking now. Unless this can hold here, rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, and then we go sideways, then we break out. Or A, B, C, then you break out. That's usually how it plays. So which ones are going to be? We'll find out. XLM. Yeah, this needs to turn into a diagonal. And then a three-wave pullback, and then we can go. Because all we have is 3 up. So this looks like, to me, it needs to come down. So, we'll see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you also have A, B, C. Okay, so there's 5 down, 3 up, and then you have 1, 2, 3. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So I want to see if this low holds here. Algo. Yeah, Algo, same thing. So like we were saying yesterday, this could be like our Wyckoff accumulation, where we have 3 up, hit the low, hit the high, then come down, round out, and then pull, and then continue. So you would need 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is 4, and we still need to come down for 5, and even maybe break these lows, or at least come down to retest these lows down here, right? And then go up, because this is horizontal and this is rising. So it's kind of like a right angle broadening wedge or something like that, if you will. Jupiter. I mean, yeah, I kind of figured that when you come up, come right down, come right up, it's gonna come right down. We don't want that. We want it to do we want it to do something like this, and then go up, right? You want volatility to slow down in order to speed up. So this is the heart and soul. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, it just looks very corrective and very wishy-washy. You know what I mean? Like boom, like it's just boom, 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 boom. It's just really wishy-washy. You know what I mean? It's not like this where it's just kind of trending or consolidating. So it's really trying to make its mind up. So I see a move up. I see 3 down. I also see 3 up. So what do we need next? 3 back down. Eventually, you guys are not going to need to watch my channel ever again, because you're going to know exactly what to look for. So, other than that, I mean, this could be a diag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't like this as a 3-way pullback unless it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, A, B, C, 2, and then we go up for 3. I mean, that's a possibility. You kind of got a shoulder ahead, a shoulder here, get your neckline there, and then you break out. Yeah, I mean, like that could work. Other than that, it's if this is a 1 and a 2, but I don't think it can be. Yeah, it just, to me, it looks like it needs to do this for a little while. I mean, that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at some other altcoins. I mean, that looks bad. It just does not look good. It doesn't. See, I mean, there's different ways to look at it, but right off the bat, you see a big head and shoulders here. But you can also say this is a 1, A, B, C for a 2. And then this is some kind of diag with a 3-way pullback, and then we continue higher. But it needs to prove that. Hasn't proved it yet. It looks like it's dumping pretty hard right now. Or you have this being 1, 2, 3, and then you have 4, and then you come down and hit 5, which is bad. That means now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, right? And then you have 1 or A, and then B, and then you come up, maybe get C, a 3-way pullback, and then you could just crash. So there's your 1, there's your 2, then you get 3. But yeah, it just doesn't look good. If I flip it upside down, it's just not helpful right now. Let's see, let's take a look at. Yeah, SHIB looks like it still needs work, a lot of work. And like I've been saying, through this descending triangle, I knew like, man, this is not looking good. And if we do break down, then it's just going to take a long time for it to fix itself. So maybe that Trump meme coin was the signal to stand by for a little bit, but I'm still looking at it as, I mean, you can look at it as rise, crash, retrace. Now we're going down into reaccumulation. Then we got to go sideways, and then we can break out later on, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 down, 3 up, and then 3 back down, A or WXY. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we still need 5. Boom. Get down here, somewhere around there, that support level, build a base, and then go up. I mean, that's the best case scenario right there. So, because if we start losing it, I mean, we're not in a bull, we're not in this cycle. Everyone keeps saying this cycle, this cycle, this. It's a Bitcoin and XRP cycle. That's it. I mean, but it's not even an XRP cycle yet because XRP hasn't went into price discovery. Nothing has been in price discovery except like SUI, but that's means nothing, right? It's been a Bitcoin only show. So this, there's been no alt season at all except for a little bit of a retracement, but that was it. I mean, that's really all you got here, but that's not really what people are thinking, right? Versus something like XRP looks way better, right? But XRP could also be finished, or maybe not finished because, back down over here, right? And I've always had an issue with this is that XRP only, we can look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and C. So 1, 2. But the problem is this 5-wave move is coming off of this 3 up, 3 down, which means you got 3 up, 3 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So A, B, C. So that's 3. And then you have 1, 2, and 3. So that's 3 up, and then you have 3 down, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So 3 down, or 3 up, 3 down, 5 up. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's finished, maybe, right? I mean, that's one way you can look at that. I don't think so because, what I believe is that XRP will break out to the upside. The big question I have is, do we need a bigger correction? For example, something like this right there. So Let's see. Let's do it like this. Something like that, you know what I mean? Something that just eats up a lot of time and just does something like this, you know? Probably wouldn't look like that though, but um or or are we finally getting, okay, so if you look at this right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't like that because look how big wave 2 is, look how small wave 4 is. Usually wave 4s are bigger. So what if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is A, B, C for a 4. It's a running flat, ladies and gentlemen. A, B, C running flat. And then we go up. Just like what Theta did, right? Remember what Theta did here. Let me show you. Right here. This is what she did right here. So we came up, right? We came down. It looked like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looked like she was rolling up, but then it came all the way back down. It rounded out, it created a base, and then it went up. So this is an A. And we perfectly go back, watch the video back over here, perfectly nailed this flat. A, B, C, A, B, C right there, and then continue. Okay, so you got it. All right, let's go back to XRP. So what if that's the same kind of move here, where we have boom, boom, and then we come down, and then sideways, and then go up. And what that will do is that would make the correction bigger. That would make it more sense with the degree of this wave. Because I never liked this as a fourth wave. Look at the size difference. There is rules of alternation, but usually it's the other way around. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm, if the bearish scenario is going to play out, which it looks like completely with the other altcoins. I mean, it looks like the other altcoins need to go down and then they need to go sideways. And then they can have the chance, the opportunity to then come to the party, right? So, right, they're not even invited to the party unless they go down more and then go sideways. So what we might have here is some type of three-wave move, like an ABC. So we have 3 down, right? Boom, boom, boom. There's your 3, and then we have 3 up, right? So this could either be a 4, boom, 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 and then a 5, and then it could be over with. Hopefully that's not the case. Or what would be better is if we actually did come down, maybe. Just thinking out loud here, it's not ever, I'm just thinking out loud. You come down in 3, you build a base, and then you go up, and then you have a bigger 5. Because then your 5th wave hasn't started yet. If we go up now, that means we've already wasted 3 waves. If we come down, that means we still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. If we go up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need 1 more wave, but it'll be the last wave as opposed to, be like this. So, but it also could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're going up for that 3, 4, and then 5. So if we look closely, we already looked at it, but if we look a little closer, it is dumping. It's coming down. It's coming down pretty nicely here. So this is it, man. We need a hole here. What did I say? in the beginning of the video, I said, what was it, 292 or 291? Let's see if we got there yet. Let's see, how come it's 285 now? I don't understand. Let me see. Let me go up to the 4-hour. Did I not measure it right the first time or what? Yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta go back and watch the video on how I measured that because I could have swore it was 292 for the one-to-one extension, but now it shows it's 283. So I'm gonna have to go and see and figure out what was I looking at a different exchange maybe? That's awkward. Weird. Let me try this. Yeah, I think I was looking at this one here because it has a smaller wick. So let me see. That's one thing too, is when you deal with different exchanges, you get different results. Look at that. There you go. There's the 290, 292 area. So, okay. So this is where we need to hold here. But the other exchange said, no, 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 it's got more down to go. So which one do you listen to? You know, it's always hard to know, but I would probably go with Bybit here because it's a futures contract. There's more trading. There's more volume, I would guess. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we got 190 or 290 area coming up here. I just don't like the way this is kind of bottlenecking. It looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's like it's resetting itself for maybe even a bigger move. Hopefully not. But the good thing that XRP has is this big giant wave. Okay. And then you also have only 3 down, which means that this is not an impulse. So if this is 3 up and now we're coming down in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you basically take this wave, big old wave here, and then you simply just cut it in half. That's exactly where we should go, right around this area. Now, it could be a little bit lower, it could be a little bit higher, but in this vicinity, it should be, that's, somewhere around here is where we should hold if this is a proper 3-wave pullback. And let's build a base and let's go. So let's look a little bit closer here. I mean, this could be good buying opportunities in here for a longer term hold. But I'm not convinced that the low is in. So again, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we got 7, so that's good. 7-wave crashing structure, that's usually a good indicator for a short-term bottom at least. Because if this is 5 and this turns up into 3, then we could go even lower. But if this bases out and then we go up in 5 and we get a 3-way pullback, then we can go higher. But we're going to have to see which one's it going to be, if it's even the case, right? I mean, we might keep dumping. So let's hopefully hold here. I said 292 in the beginning of the video, and look at that. That was fast. That was only, not even 30 minutes ago, and we're already there. So, hopefully we can hold this area. Now we go back to Theta here, and we're already pretty deep into that correction. I mean, we dumped pretty big here. So if this is a diagonal, then let's see. Let's measure that. Why not? So let's go to here. See, that problem is this is a big drop. Let me see. So if we go take from here, and then we're going to go back up. I mean, the 1-to-1 extension comes in at 179. So we still got a little bit further to go. I mean, it doesn't have to go there, but I mean, that's kind of the area where you would expect it to go. So we'll see if we can hold in there. I don't know if there's some kind of news of it. Look at Monero, though. Monero's like, you know what? You guys can go down. I'm tired of going down. I've been down my whole life. I'm going up. Screw you guys. Screw you guys. I'm going home. So we got, just, I just want it to come down a little bit, and I want it to go sideways, and then I want it to go up. So let me see if there's anything else that could help us here. Let's look at ADA. ADA. So ADA, if I pull up the trend-based fib extension, it looks like we're probably already there. Yeah, we went past it. Yeah, so we've already broken our 1-to-1, and now we're at the 1.414. So, yeah, we should hold in here somewhere around here. But the way it's shaped, this shape right here, I just don't like it. I mean, yeah, you do have a three-wave shape. So this could be 3 up, okay? This could be 3 down, and then you meet right back over here, and then we get 3 back up, right? So that could always be a case. So the big thing too would be to watch this right here. See that? How we broke below it? You can see we've broken below this. And so we're channeling up. Usually these type of channels don't last. They usually do break to the downside, but you broke down, you back tested it, and now we're coming back down. So what we would like is for that to be the opposite, right? When you look at it upside down, I mean, that looks pretty bullish. We got 3 up, we got 3 down. Now it looks like it wants to go 5 up. So very concerning for the charts, unfortunately. Yeah, so I don't know how I mean, I'm still bullish, but I'm not bullish in the short term. The short term, like I said, pretty much all last week, I'm bearish. Short term. So I really want this to finish. I need this. If this is a spring, right? If this is Wyckoff, where you have 3 up, come down, come back up, and then come down and swoop around here, okay, I'm going to need to see evidence of that. And right now I don't. So Theta Fuel is holding up okay. It's not drastically going down. We looked at Theta. What about Avalanche? Yeah, see, Avalanche still looks like garbage. I mean, all these charts look like trash. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You know, as much as I want to be bullish, I am not right now. So, but XRP has the potential to really flip around, but the rest of the market, you know, it just doesn't look good, you know. So 3, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. I mean, when you do it like that, yeah, it looks pretty good. But I'd really like to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then develop a base, and then start to move out. If we got that shape, then I would say, yeah, I'm bullish. But I'm not there yet. So, you know, so here's the options here. If this low holds and then we start going like this, then I will jump on here and say I'm very bullish. But if we break the low and then start doing this, then I'd say I'm also very bullish, right? So it's going to be one of those, or it's just going to keep trending down. That's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Aave. So Aave, you know, I was really liking it. You know, things change on a dime. I mean, every day's different, you know, because one day it'll have a look, another day it'll have a different look. So that's why I do videos almost every day, because things change constantly. It's not like, okay, it looks bullish, it's going to stay bullish. No, it could flip bearish very fast. You know, so that's why nothing is ever baked into the cake until we actually break out. And these corrections can take time, because this is most likely a wave 4, and wave 4s are brutal, right? Just look at this right here. So if you look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this ABC in here we flagged out, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it looks like we're flagging out, right? So that's basically when you zoom out, it looks fine. It looks totally fine. But when you zoom in and in, it looks like it needs work. So, yeah, what I want to see here is we got 3, or we have, yeah, that's 3. This could be 1, and this could be A, and this could be B, and this could be C, and then go. Or this is, I mean, this could be also a triangle. We have to think about that too. 3, 3, 3, 3, A, B, C, D, E, you know, something like that. Or this itself is going to come up here. So we're going to get 3 down, 3 up, and then 3 down later on, and then go up, which would be interesting. So that's kind of why if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, now you have 3. And then once you get up here, then you have to worry about, well, is this 3 up? And now we're going to come down? Or is it going to really rip and roar out of there into a third wave? Because you don't know if it's a C wave or a third wave. That's the problem. So, yeah, we're still dumping. Look at that. This, ever since I started this video, I mean, we've been just dropping like a rock. So, and it's to be expected. Look, I mean, you have 5 waves up. You developed a little base, and then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You broke out of the base, and now you're coming all the way back down to back test it, which is totally fine. Totally fine. But you need to hold it, and then you need to start reversing. So Saturdays, Sundays, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays are usually, I mean, look at Matic. It's about to break the low right now. So I would imagine it does. It looks like it's totally going to do that. You do have a lot of support right here. So let's see if that area holds. Because I really want to load up on Matic, Filecoin, ugh, I don't know. I mean, the best thing too, if this was some kind of diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get 5, and then it kind of pinches its way in, builds a little bit of a base, breaks out a little bit, and then goes. I mean, that's like the best case scenario. But then, February is today, right? Yeah, so this is February 1st. We just had our monthly candle close. So, and it's just dying right now, and that's just the way it goes. Like, usually the first of the month sometimes it could be bad, and basically it's for liquidity reasons. Everyone's expecting a bullish February, but it might come later, right? It might have to happen later on. Now, I did say yesterday we could have a bullish week next week. I mean, it's primed for it in a certain way for certain coins, but I think it'll, if we do, I think it'll be short-lived, because I still think there needs a lot of structure that needs to be printed on this chart, So the first thing is coming down, right? If you're coming down, you got to wait for it to stop. And then once it stops, then we need to establish a floor, like a literal floor. And that will show us support is holding. And then from there, then we sometimes need 3 up, then we need 3 down, then we might need to, just hang out a little bit, and then finally break out. And then once we break out, then we have to worry about getting through the retracement levels. And then once we get through the retracement levels, then we need to get to break the high. And then once we break the high, then we can be in bullish mode. But that will take months, I think. I mean, so if I had to draw it in the bullish way, in the most bullish way, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play around a little bit, get going here, break out, maybe flag out again in the retracement levels, and then fly. And then that puts you at somewhere mid-March, maybe April, which isn't that bad. You know, we can't complain too much, right? And then if we zoom out a little bit more, see, it's always important just to zoom all the way out. Yeah, so I think you're getting one of these guys right here, because I'm still looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and this could be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also see the three-way pullback right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's come up and get 5. Because I really want to break us out of this thing here, you know, and get back into, you know, these retracement levels, because there's a lot of empty space up here, you know, so there's a lot of candles in here, so there's a lot of support in here. But once you break out, I mean, we could get up here very fast. So the longest part is going to be breaking this right here, and that price is right at like $10, 11, $12. So as soon as we break that, you know, we could get up here very fast, very, very fast. But the reason it takes so long is because you have all of this resistance in here. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Let's keep moving along. Near, because the reason I look at a lot of charts is because I want to get as much information as I can to give you a final summary. But yeah, I'm looking at this as a three-way move down. So we have an impulse up, okay, and then we have A, B, C down, and then we go up. Very simple. That's the weekly chart though, so it's going to be gruesome when we look on the smaller time frames. I really hope that this is a flat for near. And the more charts I look at, the more I analyze the charts, the longer I do the videos, the more likely you are to learn and to pick up on what I do. Maybe it's not your style, maybe it is your style, maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't work for you, but it works for me, and that's why I use it. So we did get up to the 90%. So it will technically be a flat if we come down. The reason why that's important is because I don't want to have to come and break this low. But, you know, it could be an expanded flat, it could be a running flat, or it could be a regular flat. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays. But, you know, I do see a three-wave move down. I see a three-wave move up. And I see another three-wave move in the workings down. So once we get back down to support down here, let's build that base, play around a little bit, break out. I mean, that's the best case scenario. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. So, yeah. So before we were kind of looking at this as a fractal, right? But what if the fractal has to be, you know, it has to be a little bit more extended than we think, right? So the way that you have 3 up, boom, boom, and then you come down, you meet up with this level, then you take off. Well, what if it's kind of the same thing here, but we also have to come back down and meet up with this level again before we take off, kind of like a broadening wedge. I mean, you can see the oscillation in that wedge. So trend, 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 or resistance, right? Here's your trend line. So we might need to bounce off of that soon. Dot looks okay, so it's kind of it looks very droopy. It looks very bearish. It looks like it's you got this resistance line here. It looks like we're getting rejected in here. You know, you have a little bit of a bottleneck. You broke down, you back test. You're probably going to continue down, unfortunately. So for me, I'm kind of open to shorts because you know, just because the market's going down doesn't mean I can't make money. I still got to make money somehow. So, but honestly, for some of these, I'm kind of looking for longs. I kind of missed the short opportunity, and I don't like trading on the weekends anyway, because I don't want to be stuck in a position for the following week. But yeah, Ethereum looks okay. I mean, it looks like we're flagging out here for Ethereum. So that's going to be the X factor is Ethereum. If Ethereum, like I've been saying for many, many months, if Ethereum can break out, that's going to add fuel to the rest of the altcoin market. Think about how many coins are on Ethereum, like the ERC20 tokens, right? There's a lot of coins that are associated with Ethereum. So if those coins aren't going to flourish, if Ethereum's not, right? So we want Ethereum to do well. We need Ethereum to do well. So that's basically our hope here is Ethereum. So if you want to contribute to the cause, then just buy Ethereum. No, don't do that. So again, none of all of these things are not financial advice. I could be totally wrong. I'm just giving you ideas to kind of help us think about the market. I'm not saying, yeah, it's got to do this, it's got to do this, it has to do that, it's going to do this. I don't know what it's going to do. I could just give us assumptions on how things look. But looking at Ethereum, I mean, it actually looks good on the daily. Let's zoom in on the smaller time frames. And the smaller time frames need a little work, but I do see 3. I do see 3 here. And I guess you could say that's 3. And this is an impulse, and now we're flagging out. And this could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a diag, an ABC pullback in there, and then continue. Yeah, I mean, it works. So, there's definitely a support area right here that I really want to see it hold. That's about 3,100. So let's hold that. See, we've had a lot of oscillation. Boom, 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 boom. Now we need consolidation, right? We need to let's just consolidate. The best medicine for the market is to go sideways for a couple weeks. Just go sideways. And then we can start to launch out of there. You know, so yeah. I think that's about it. I'm not going to be any more helpful, but CRV 1, 2, 3. You got 1, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. I mean, it's there, but we're still going down. That's the problem. So once we stop going down, then we're going to need to go sideways. And then once we go sideways, then we can look for upside. But until then, you know, it's kind of just waiting in the wind here. So, yeah. QNT is interesting because it's different. You know, it's just kind of building a structure in here. It is going literally sideways. So, but I don't like the shape of it too much. But I do like it as Wyckoff. This actually looks like a really good Wyckoff structure to me. Let me show you, because that's what we want. We want charts to give us hope. You know what I mean? We need charts to give us signals that it's bullish. and a lot of them are bearish. But look at this. It's almost too perfect, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, look at, you got you got three up here, you got three up here, and then you come down, you shoot up, and then you come creak down, all the way down. You tag some liquidity, but this one didn't actually break it. It actually just visited the low. And then what happened was, this is very bullish. This is actually the most bullish chart I've seen today, except maybe for XRP. But this is, I like the way it's shaped. And the reason why this is important is because if Quant, QNT is telling me this, then that means we could have hope for the rest of the market, right? Because maybe I'm interpreting it, it looks bad, it looks bearish, but it's actually very bullish, but we just don't see the shape yet. But for QNT, we're starting to see the shape, right? So yeah, let me do it like this. It'll be much easier potentially. Okay, so you have this three-way move up, you come down, you shoot the high, and then you creak all the way down, and now you have this 1 2 1 2, you pop all the way up. So let's see if we get something like this. 1 2 3 4 5. Play around a little bit, just like we did up here, and then shoot out. I mean, that's what we need to see. This is beautiful. So there we go, something like that. A little bit of color coding. So when you, yeah, so it looks good. But when you look at something like ICP, it's kind of like, well, this looks totally different. So which one's telling the story, right? I mean, obviously QNT is more, I think, American. I think it's US based. So 1 2 3, maybe we get 4. And this comes down and gets 5. And then we have 3 down, 3 up, 5 down. So this is a big A, B, C. We get down here, develop a little bit of a sideways base, then go up. I mean, that's kind of the theme of all of the charts, right? Unless we can hold this low. If we can hold this low, then we can just go sideways and then go up, right? So it's kind of like one or the other. And next week is really, really going to be critical on how this shapes up to be. So I think that's it, guys. Jasmine looks pretty interesting. Look at Jasmine. Jasmine had a big pop to the upside. It had that three-way move down, so you had 3 down, right? You had 3 up, and then you had 3 back down. So you have this impulse. You have a WXY. Okay, and now you have a wave 1. Now it looks like we're flagging out for a wave 2. And then, so you got your WX. And then Y, wave 2. And then let's go up. I mean, that's kind of the way it would seem to me. Disaster for that one. Flow doesn't look good. Tia. I mean, Tia is right at the low here. So it's... You know what, guys? Tia looks like Wyckoff as well. Let me see real quick. This is a long video, but I think it's worth it because, it's... It's like I'm trying to hang up the phone, but... I keep... Oh, why is it too large? Wait a minute. No, that's not what I want. There we go. It's not the greatest looking shape, but you got boom, looks like there, hit, come back up, come down. Here's your spring, there's your spring. Break the low a little bit here. And then what we want to do is we want to round out in here. We want to do a roundabout, and then we want to break out just like this, and then play around up here and then take off. So there's your Wyckoff structure right there. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. We'll see how this plays out. Again, in conclusion, I'm bearish right now. I think we probably got more downside, but I think all in all, longer term, we're still in good shape. So let's see how next week comes, and we'll see how it works out. But anyway, I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.